this ain't that bad, you know. And he'd be like, hey, you know, like, yeah, give me the fries with the mayonnaise with it. Yeah, give me that. You know, they had all kind of different foods. You know, my first year, I had a family that, you know, but she would serve a 4 course meal, you know, with us every, say, Tuesday night or whatever. When I went to this team in Groningen, they had a different type of family that would do that too. You know, so people are really welcome in Holland. They're really friendly for the most part. The partying in Holland is pretty cool. Like the city I was in my first year in the Boss, like it was close to like it was in basically in the middle of Holland in a way. Not in the middle, but like where all the happening spots were. So like it took us an hour to get to Amsterdam, which is the capital. Which Amsterdam was just like New York. Amsterdam has Hooters. Amsterdam has Kentucky Fried Chickens. You know, it has Burger King, Subway, all this. You know, McDonald's. At least the same McDonald's, all that. So, you know, it has all these places, and like, you know, obviously, is everybody speaks English because it's a tourist. It's a tourist city because everybody's from somewhere else in Amsterdam. You know, like the people, regular people's cool, but pretty much everybody's from Ireland or Finland or you know everywhere because it's a constant tourism city. You know that's because that's where the biggest city. That's where everybody goes. Every single rapper that was over there, that was their first stop. So I saw Snoop, I saw 50 Cent. That was you know this is big at the time. 50 Cent, I saw Game. You know like a bunch of like Justin Timberlake. I mean he's a rapper, but like a bunch of concerts that was out there. You know at the time. So you know, the year I was there. Obviously, 50 Cent being the biggest rapper in the world at the time, because that was like 2003, 2004. The second year was 2004, 2005. But my first year, it was like 2003, 2004. So 50 Cent in the club and all that stuff. That was bananas over there. They played that song like it, you know, everything was bananas. So, but fast forward back to you know being in Groningen. It was his own city, big city, but it's his own city, so it was cool. Um, I had a wonderful time, you know, there. The people was friendly. Like the city I was in was big, so they had all I need for me is like a gym, a weight room, a grocery store, a movie theater, and a club. That's it. So, you know, I didn't really need too much. So they had movie theater, and like in Europe, the movie theaters are English with Dutch subtitles. So you hear the movie in English, which is cool, and then they got Dutch subtitles. So which was great, you know. Yeah, I had a blast. So like you know, grocery store was cool, movies was cool, going to the club, but like in Europe, it's much more slower than the states. People sit out, you know, for hours and drink macchiatos and you know drink tea or not tea but coffee and little old tea with 100% caffeine in it. You know, you just drinking and you just having a blast, chilling. You know, like you just what people watch. Essentially, you talking to people watch. So for me, that was I was always cool about being overseas. That you could the people to kind of take their time. Where Americans, it's always about the next money, the next dollar, how I'm gonna make the money. Even when you make a lot of money, you just all right. I made this amount of money. I'm on to the next thing. So that's how it was in you know in Holland, but it was just different. So we get to April, we lose Travis. Now we're back down to six. Playoffs about to start. We're the 3 seed. Last game of the season, right before the last game of the season, we play the number one seed at the time, which was Amsterdam. You know, I am the leading league in scoring. So I'm like at like 20.7, right? Now the other guy who's second behind me is Marcel Hymans. So he is playing a sorry team that night, and he's at 20.4, right? And I'm just like, okay, well, if I just get my average, I'd be cool, right? Um, so we play, like I said, we play, but we play in Amsterdam. So I get like 19. instead of 20 and like 10 rebounds or whatever the case is, right? And he plays a sorry team, so they give him the ball every play in in the second half. He scores 50. And he beats me because my average goes down to like 20.5 and he's go to 20.6 because he scores 50, right? And this is like the Shaq and David Robinson thing that happened in 1995, whatever, all over again. It's like, what in the hell? I'm looking up the stats. I'm like, yo, of course he scores 50 and he beats me. So, because like pretty much if I would have got the scoring title, I would have got a bonus, bonus in my check, but I didn't get it. So anyway, people put people have like those scoring title, get bonus, rebounding title, assist title, yada yada yada. That's one of those like professional basketball things that you can put in your contract. Now, so we start, like I said, we beat the team. We beat them, and they become the 2 seed. We become the 3 seed. The other team, the defending chance, become the 1 seed. So we start the playoffs off. We're losing first half of the playoffs. In the playoffs in Holland, it's best of three, best of five, best of seven. Championship round is best of seven. So we're losing, and so we come back. Like I don't know how we're losing, but we're playing terrible. They're double teaming me every play. I'm not playing as well as I should. We're not hitting shots, yada yada. And I just tell the dude like, look, if we lose, we go home. There is no tomorrow. Like we can't be bugging losing home games. So third quarter, come out, smash them. Fourth quarter, we end up winning by like 20. And when you overseas and you've been overseas for 9 months, you're ready to go home. You American, unless you go to you know you're gonna win the championship, you're ready to go home. You're just counting down the days. So I remember when we beat them the first game. We beat them the first game, and then we had to go to their house because it's like home way home. Oh, excuse me, home away home. So we go to their house up 1-0. They're like the Americans, like the Dutch players are playing hard. The Americans like, dude, whatever. So they're out there and we get up like 8, 10 points. They're like, all right, well, 1, 2, 3 Cancun. So we end up beating them by like 15 to get to the semifinals. And then the semifinals was the matchup because it was our coach, Tone Boat's former team, Amsterdam, versus his new team, us, Groningen. And they were, a really good team. They had really good players. So, they win game one. I twist my ankle, my bad, and, luckily for us, we had a couple days before the game. So all I did was just ice, 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 ice. Um, you know, iced my leg for like 3 days straight. So by the second game, it's better, right? Now we play it at home. Now at home, we have like Groningen had like another level, so they had essentially 3 levels. So for regular season they only open up two, so about 4,000 people fit in there, but they pack it out. So for the final or semifinals, they opened up the top, and so another 2,000 people could sit at the top. So they opened up the top. So instead of 4,000, it's like 6,500 because they overpack it. You know, it's like standing room only. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. This is super crazy, man. I'm like I'm pumped up, and so it's super crazy. And like the difference between like fans in the States and fans in overseas, like overseas is like they singing, they dancing, they singing these songs, and like they be opening up car flares and the smoke be in the gym. It'd be crazy. Trust me, crazy. So we win. We beat them. We tied up 1-1. You know, because like overseas they don't do 2-2-1. They go two, or you go one, 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 one. So like Amsterdam is like 4 or 5 hour bus ride from us. So we lose in Amsterdam, come take a 4 or 5 bus ride home. They come to us, lose. You know, they took a 4 hour bus ride home. We go to them. Game three, we lose. Um, we lose game three. We come back. We win game four. And now in these games, like it's tough games. It's like, 55, 54, 50, 60, 50, like it's old school games. I remember being down like 10 points in the third or fourth quarter, like game four, and I was like, nah, we ain't gonna go out like this. So literally, I scored like 8 straight. Boom, score, 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 score. Now we down two. I kick it out. They double team. I kick it out for a three. We up one. We end up winning the game. You know, so it's game five in their house. Game five in their house. In Amsterdam was packed. I remember Francisco Ellison was there because he just got back from Spain. In Amsterdam. So and they're pumped, they're hyped. So they're beating us by like 20. Seemed like 25. It was like 45-20 at one point. It was just insane, man. I was just like, dude, we about to lose. We can't lose. You know. And I told my teammates, I said, look, I don't care whatever happens, just pass me the ball. And then, like I told my American teammate Gary, I'm like, look, dog, every time you get it, throw it to me. Every time I get it, I'm only gonna throw it to you. I said, all right, bet. So every time I would throw it to me, I was looking to pass because they ended up just playing me straight up. After that, they got up 20. It was like, oh, we don't have to double team them no more because we up 20. So then, like, I'm like, all right, score, 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 score. Before you know it, we down like 14, and then we're down like 8, and then we're down like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're down like 5, and then next thing you know, uh, we score a layup, and then we tie it up, and it's like insane. Like they come down, score a bucket, and then we come down, score a bucket, it's tied. Places going bananas, going crazy. So we're game is tied with maybe game is tied with 30 seconds left. Right now, I'm trying to get the ball in the post, but in Europe, you pushing, you wrestling, pushing, pushing, pushing. Right. So my teammate Daniel Novak, shout out to Daniel because I love you for the shot. He shoots a Steph Curry three from like 38 feet. Because it's like I don't know 4 seconds left on the clock, shot clock. He shoots a 38-footer. Boom, swish. So we up three with like 30 seconds left. Everybody's going crazy. Their best player, Teddy Gibson, whatever, he comes down, dribble, dribble, makes a move, boom, we're up one, right? Um, we're up one. And then we come down, we missed the shot. They come down, they get fouled, they hit 2 free throws, they up one, from the us missing the shot. So we come down, we miss another shot, but Vamo gets fouled, Vamo Kleesa gets fouled on a rebound. He hits the shot. Boom, boom, right? So we're up one. We're like, I want to say, like they come down, they go down the court, they call a timeout. They get the ball under the basket. It's like 5 seconds left or whatever the case is. 5 seconds left. No, about 7 seconds. So 7 seconds left. They get the ball. They give it to their best player, Teddy. He's at the top of the key. 7, 6, 5. So he drives. And then we collapse. He helps. He kicks it out to the wing. Dude shoots it. He misses it. So I'm boxing out 2 dudes because my teammate falls boxing out. So I'm boxing out. It's 2 dudes I'm fighting with. So I tip it out. And then the other American catches it, tries to turn around and shoots a 3. I put my hand up in his face. And I'm looking at it like, man, this is about to fucking go in. This is about to be a damn miracle shot about to go in. It's about to go in. And then it does it. He's the side of the backboard. Oh! Crowd goes crazy. Crowd boom rushes the court. Everybody's running around. somebody just comes and just yanks my jersey off my back. I'm like, here, dude, take it. I ain't tripping, you know. So they yanked my jersey. So I'm walking around just, basically with a wife beater on or with an undershirt on and my shorts. Then I'm like, yeah, yeah. Team, they fans pick me up. They carry me off the court. They carry me off the court. Never been carried off the court ever in my life until then. So they carry me off. I'm just like, oh my God, dude, this is insane. This is insane. They show, now on TV, they show their team crying while everybody's picking me up and carrying me off the court. Everybody's giving me fans screaming. Everybody's just going crazy. They kissing the court, drinking beer, all this stuff, man. I'm like, man, this is this is the craziest thing ever, right? So what people don't know is that another upset happens that same night. No, the night before actually. My old team, they were the 4 seed in the league, and so they were the 4 seed. So the number 1 seed, they beat them. They upset them in 5 games or 4 games. They upset them, so they're going to the finals. So I'm playing against my old team, right? I'm playing against my old team in the finals, which is crazy. So we get back. It's like 2 in the morning. They like fans screaming, da da da. It's like I don't know, Wednesday night. And so I'm like, my teammate like, bro, I'm going out. I gotta get a drink. So I'm rolling with you. So one drink turns into three, three drink turns into five. Before you know it, they carrying us both out, like carrying us out. And with us, we both drunk, so they carry me out. MVP, MVP. Because this year I win the MVP, right, of the league. So they voted me MVP. And so like they screaming. So we get home, we get, whatever, some hours, like a couple hours to sleep. And then we come to practice and we play like a couple days later. But like we're in the finals. First time this team has been in the finals in 20 years. So like like the coverage of the everything is just magnified. So like instead of just maybe 5 reporters being there, it's like 35. You know, it's like not obviously nothing on the scale of NBA, but it was big for Holland. So I mean it's the final. So I'm like, this is great. You know what I'm saying? So we win game one. We have like a whiteout party, a whiteout thing where it's all white and dark and all white shirts, and everybody's rocking the right. We rocking the right jersey. We rocking the white jerseys. It's just bananas. We win game one. We go to their place, game two, and lose. Our point guard Vamo gets hurt, so we have to play game three at home with our backup rookie point guard or the other young point guard. He won rookie of the year. Rohir Janssen, Roger. Roger, what up? He starts, and like I said, we win the game, but, coach, my former coach is complaining about the refs, they cheating, da 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 da. So my coach is like, stop. My coach is like, he's a punk coach. He's complains all the time. He's not tough. Players ain't tough, whatever, whatever. Now, like they got a squad. They got my boy Sam Jones. Shout out to Sam. They got 2 other Americans on the team. They got, like Marcel Hybens, which is the guy who beat me for the scoring champ. But like he's a Dutch nationalist. He was a legend. He's a legend, period, in Holland. He's just a tremendous player, right? And I'm just like, man, this is just, this is crazy. This is just crazy. Um, like, their team was bananas, but like we gonna win with six because at that time we still just playing with 6 or 6.5 really, like you said, like just really 6 players. So anyway, um game three, like I said, back and forth, back and forth. We come back, we come and we win game three. Okay, we're up 2-1. Now they come and they win game four. Now it's 2-2. Now we come back home and like what I feel is like a must win game five. Now we're up two in the third quarter, fourth quarter. We're up two in the fourth quarter, right? We just turn the ball over. They get the ball. Their team passes it into their player, my boy Chip Jones. He dunks it on his own basket. So they call it technical foul, right? So technical, like we're up two, like 6 minutes. We go up four, and we get a bucket because it's a tech. Because of tech, we go five, hit the free throw, and then or hit two free throws. We go six, and then we hit a three. So we go from up two to up nine with like 5 minutes left. And I remember like 50 outlets came to the gym. Like, what happened, Chip? Why did you do that? Are you point shaving or whatever? They would just ask them all bananas questions. So like we were like, he just helped us. He saved, he gave us the game essentially. So he vowed to like never let that happen again. They would beat us in game six, yada 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 yada. So game six on the road, I was seeing my former place. So I'm like, look, we ain't going because everybody like, look, if we lose, we go to game seven. I'm like, lose? We going in this game to win, bro. We ain't playing game seven. We about to win game six. So they can't beat us 3 games on I gotta get you one. So the game starts. I'm on fire. I'm hitting every single shot. I'm hitting jumpers. I'm killing, right? Killing. I got like 14 points in the first quarter. I ended up like 22 at the half. I'm killing, right? And like I said, this is coming off a hurt back because going back a little bit, game two, I get clotheslined and I fall on my back. I thought I broke it. And I was like, oh my God, I broke my back. But luckily, they tested me, make sure I could wiggle my toes, my hands, my fingers, my this, my that. And eventually, like the numbness in my leg went away. They kind of like went to the bag, they kind of popped my back, do this and that. I came back, okay, I'm good. So I ended up, like playing a little bit towards the fourth quarter, but not that much. But I ended up finishing the game, so it was good. So fast forward, I'm like, we ain't about to lose. We about to win the game. So I'm bananas. I'm like going crazy because they not double teaming me. I'm like, you're not gonna double team me? Cool. I'm about to go to work. So we get up early, but like they steadily chip away. It's me and Gary scoring all the points. I got like 20 something. He got like 15 something. So he ended up with like 25, whatever. I ended up like 37, 38, whatever it was. Um, so we can win the game. So pretty much was a back and forth contest. We were up three in the fourth quarter with like, I don't know, 5 seconds left. They hit a three to tie it up. We go into overtime. Both teams are exhausted. Both teams are just tired. You know, um, I like that was my best free throw game I've ever played overseas. I was 10 for 10 from the free throw line because they were doing hack and read, but it didn't work. I was hitting all of my free throws. So anyway, I hit two free throws. We're up two. They throw it to me in the post. I kick it out. They double team me. I kick it out to my teammate Rohier Johnson. Shout out to Rohier, boy. I love you for this shot. He hits the three. Boom. This is with 15 seconds, 20, no, 15, about 30 seconds left. We go five. And then he tried to throw the ball up quick. He tips it off for the man. Turnover. And then that's when he was like, oh my God, we're about to win this game. So we get the ball in and they want to throw it to me. They foul me. Fine. I come up there, bam, bam, hit both free throws. We up seven. I look at my coach, kind of give him a little wink, like, yeah, they ain't no hackery today, baby. I'm hitting all my free throws. So we up seven. They make a three, they foul, kind of the foul game. And then we end up winning the game in overtime, and it was like the first championship the team had made, one in 20 years. So people was going bananas. They obviously picked me up, we cut the nets down or whatever on their court. I'm just like, dude, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. It's just a blessing. Um, my pops was supposed to come see me play, but he just was like, I don't want to get my passport signed. It was like, Dad, I'm in the finals. Like, Dad, son, I just don't want to go. All right. So, but he watched it, like on the computer. He had a website. I sent him a website the way he could watch it live. So he was up like 1, 2 in the morning every night watching the game live. Like, come on, Travis, make that shot. Miss it, because it would show make by Reed, miss by Reed, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I remember that he watched every game online. Um, and like I said, we won. We won the championship. Like I said, it was insane. Um, they we did like a parade in the city. It was like 50,000 people out there. It was insane. It was just a crazy. And I would say that overall, that was my best year overseas because I won MVP of the league. I won MVP of the All Star game. I came in second in the dunk contest. The All Star game was in my hometown, so I won MVP of it. We won the game. Um, like I got import player of the year, all this stuff, best player, da 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 da, And then in the summer, basically I didn't take any time off, which kind of hurt me because it was a summer pro league that was coming. And so obviously my boy Baron Davis, he was like, getting the team in. And so we played for his team. And it was uh, him, like my boy, obviously my boy Billy Knight, my best friend, God rest his soul. Billy Knight, I met the rapper Game because he knew Baron at the time. He still knows Baron, but like, they were real close at the time. So he played with us. It was just remind my boy Kevin Bradley, he played. So it was just good old times. Like coming back from winning the championship to playing in the Summer Pro League at Long Beach State, which I always wanted to in the free agent division. And so we end up uh, going undefeated in that and win the championship in the Summer Pro League. Like basically I had no time off and like we ended up winning the championship. And I was just like, man, I'm getting all kind of offers from like, different countries, but I already had signed back to go in Holland again. So they were so happy for me to come back. I really could have just left and not came back and just went to another country, but I didn't, you know. I averaged like 20 points a game in the summer league. I was killing. So it was a situation where, like that was just overall probably my best year that I ever had overseas because it was like, MVP championship, come back, win the summer league, all this and all that. So it was really, really cool. Um, Now, that was season 2 of my best year in Holland overall. And so like season 3 is coming. Like I said, we're doing the first 6 years, which is my first, really important years. And like I said, you can follow me at Travis W. Reed. Uh, that's REED, Travis W. Um, and communicating both on Facebook and Instagram. Both, I post on social media on both those sites. My website is coming. It's almost done. It's about 85 to 90% done. Where you're gonna see the Travis U website. Where you're gonna have the episodes. You're gonna have my like talking about overseas counseling in there. Because like I said, for a lot of people, they always ask me questions about overseas life and how it is, this and that, and this. So that'll be on there too. My merch will be on there, shows, everything. So like I said, you'll see the website and check it out. Because I'll be, counseling on there as well for overseas information. Also, but the book is coming out pretty soon. It's coming out sometime in the next like 5 months or whatever. So like look out for that as well. So like just a lot of things coming out. And like you can always follow me. My show, A Athlete's Journey. Follow it on the YouTube channels. Like, share, subscribe. And that, I got that copyrighted now. So A Athlete's Journey is mine. So if anybody's using that, you got to pay me. So, all right. We'll talk to you later. Peace.